Hello, and thank you so much for joining me today on my channel. So I just wanted to take a minute to talk to you guys about meditation, the benefits of meditation, what is meditation, yada, yada, yada. Now, you don't really have to be a super spiritual person to be into meditation, and you don't necessarily have to be just in the new age kind of world to practice meditation. So I personally have been meditating for quite some time. I am 35 years old currently, and I've been meditating pretty much regularly since I was about 17, 18 years old. This is why I also started my channel, because at one point in my life, I used it really to heal myself, and I just found, to be quite honest, only good things about it. So here I am to share with you my experience, and hopefully you can get something out of this. So I have a lot of people saying to me, oh, I can't sit still, or my mind just goes too crazy and I can't control my mind, and blah, 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 blah. First and foremost, really nobody can at the beginning when they start meditating. That's why it's like exercising. It's like anything that you do on a regular basis. The more you do it, the deeper you go, the more you understand it, the better you get, I guess. But meditation isn't about being really good at it or being the best at it, because that really means that your ego is involved, and that has nothing to do with your ego or your spiritual evolution or whatever. For me personally, meditation is really about getting to know yourself. It's about understanding yourself. It's about going and having a relationship, a communication with your subconscious mind. We are so used to moving around and doing things and getting pushed around by everyday whatever it is, and emotions come up, and we're taught not to sit with it or just to push it aside, or whatever it is that you were taught. When you practice meditation and you practice it regularly and sit with the time that you said that you were going to sit with, you go deep, and you're not going anywhere from the outside. You're going inside of you. You're going into your own essence, really, to find answers, to discover, to understand. So when it comes to a lot of thoughts, really all that is for you just to be aware of, and to be aware of what those thoughts are. So if you want to think of it in the context of manifesting, when we want to manifest something really good in our lives, half the time we're not even aware of what we're manifesting, and a lot of those thoughts are subconscious. So sitting in meditation, let's just say you're having a lot of negative thoughts, we'll bring up those thoughts and we'll make you aware of those thoughts so that you can work on it and fix it. Over time, those thoughts will settle down if you are taking the right steps to heal and to change those thoughts if that's what you wish. But if you have great thoughts, the meditation is going to be pretty pleasant, because even though you are thinking, because it's impossible for us not to think, you are also enjoying it and just noticing it. And usually when it's an enjoyable thought, we're not going to held on to it, or we just, oh, that's nice, and then you just let it pass by. As far as timing, so how long should you meditate for? How many times a day should you meditate for? When you start, you want to make this practice practical. So if you're going to say to yourself, all right, I'm going to meditate for like 3 hours a day, and I'm going to get real deep, and let's be realistic. You're not going to have the time unless you're unemployed, which good for you, or maybe not good for you. But what you really want to do is set a realistic time, and a time that you are going to commit to it. So let's just say 5 minutes every morning to start off with for 2 weeks. And then you can move up from 5 minutes, because you've practiced 5 minutes, and I guarantee once you start enjoying it, you are going to want to push the time a little bit more. Then you can move to 10 minutes. Now, I hear stories of people meditating for 2 hours, 1 hour. I have done it. There is benefits to it, and also really uncomfortable. Physically, sitting in a position for like an hour is not exactly pleasant. But for me personally, 20 minutes is a good time, 15 to 20 minutes, depending if I'm in a rush or anything, but I commit to that time. Now, if I'm really crazy busy and I slept in or something happened or whatever, I'll do 5 minutes. You can always spare 5 minutes for a meditation. But the point is that I practice it regularly, and I have definitely noticed an incredible life change. Now, it hasn't fixed my life. It's not a freaking miracle. It's not like, I'm enlightened and I'm talking to Jesus or Buddha or whoever it is, your deity or God or whatever it is. What I did find is that it made me understand what I need to do in order to solve my problems. It gave me direction. If you are spiritual, it helped me connect with energies and divinities and my higher self and my higher conscious. And I built a relationship with myself that I didn't have before. I built an understanding. I now know how my brain works. So I have a history of addiction, for instance. So I have addictive tendencies. So through meditation, I am able to notice those thoughts coming up. And once I am aware of those thoughts coming up, then I know what steps I need to take in order to stop my addiction taking over. What steps do I need to take to improve my situation in order not to fall back down, and sort of catch myself before I really hit low. And sort of, if anybody knows addiction, it's like before you know it, you're right at the bottom and you're starting all over again and you're like, oh great, now I gotta go all the way back up again. So if you can catch yourself just before you're about to fall, it's much easier to get back up on track. So meditation has those benefits. Now, it is not a miracle worker. You have to do the work outside of the meditation. You have to, I always recommend to do other practices. I do affirmations, I journal every day, and I also do, this is, by the way, you guys can ask me. By the way, you guys can let me know if you would like me to do a video about this. I have thought about it, of doing a video and teaching you how to heal yourself. It's kind of like doing Reiki on yourself. There are so many things that you can do to help yourself, your mind, your body, your environment, your situations. We're human. We're not going to be able to be in a state of bliss 24/7. Now, some people can claim that they're doing that. Amazing, great for you. I'm just talking for the general public, for people who might be suffering from depression, who hate their jobs, who are stuck, who don't know what to do, who don't have all these philosophies and all these solutions. Meditation is an incredible tool. And it's also a leap of faith. It's not something that you're going to see results immediately. I'm just now really starting to see results. Now, that's my journey, but I obviously practice it because it did something. I also noticed that my moods I can control my moods a lot more when I do meditate. I don't lose my temper, or I don't get as anxious, or I don't get as depressed. I mean, it still happens. I'm still human once again. Things do happen in my life and I'm still learning. But once again, once I go into meditation, I have tools, I discover ways, I do some healing, I feel better. It gives me hope. It gives me direction. It gives me self-love, self-nurturing. So yeah, so I just wanted to do a quick video about that and just share with you all my experience with meditation. You might have some incredible spiritual epiphanies and you might break through some sort of, who knows, it definitely will increase your intuition. It will definitely help you understand your emotions and all sorts of things. So nobody ever said that meditation is really bad. Sometimes I do warn you that in the meditation, a lot of the dark stuff can come up. So you're going to be faced with a lot of maybe trauma, maybe thoughts that are just, like, what is that? The key is just to observe it and also to accept it that it's there, but it's also, we all share the same thoughts in this planet. So don't think that it's you and it makes you a bad person, it makes you a freak, or it makes you a weirdo. I guarantee that there are people out there who are thinking all sorts of crazy stuff, some of them worse than yours, some of them better. So try not to judge what's going on, and it's, of course, easier said than done, but that is essential. And by not judging, it's important to say to yourself and remind yourself, I'm not the only one who thinks these things. There's always going to be somebody better off than you and somebody worse off than you. It's just how nature goes. It's just how life goes. So that's it. And the other thing I also wanted to mention is that, another way to start meditating, if this is something that you want to start practicing on a regular, you can totally listen to meditations while you're falling asleep. Guided meditations on YouTube, there's a ton. Obviously my channel, I have some, but you can look for anything really. And your subconscious mind will start picking up on subliminal messages and the positive messages that are coming through. If you're lazy and you don't want to sit there in the morning and meditate, obviously twice a day would be the ultimate. But if you don't want to do that, and another way to start, and you just want to try really like the real lazy route, is you can do it at night just before you go to sleep. Just lie in bed, put your headphones on, close your eyes, and just go with the meditation. If you fall asleep, that's absolutely fine. And if you don't fall asleep, once you finish, you just put your headphones down and just go back to sleep. It's actually a wonderful way to finish your day. Obviously, it's also a wonderful way to start your day, which is why I highly recommend it in the morning. And I'm just going to share with you a very, 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 very simple practice, a very simple meditation that I still practice quite often when I don't want to bring too much chaos into my mind. I just want to bring simplicity, and I want to cleanse and purify and bring clarity into my subconscious. You just close your eyes, and obviously always I highly recommend to just kind of scan your body first. Just notice if you're feeling uncomfortable, if there's any tension, if you're holding on to any like thoughts, if you're thinking about your phone, text messages. What I tell myself is like, hey, that's still gonna be there after this. All these problems and worries are still gonna be, it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, if you want 15, 20 minutes, everything will still be there. And then just bring your, it's almost like you have to train your mind to say, hey, it's okay, you're safe. It's all right to be here. It's okay, give yourself this gift. Try to relax, and then all you want to do is to focus on your breath. This will happen. Your mind will start wandering off, okay? Now the whole point of this meditation is just to notice that it's wandered off and to bring your attention back to your breath. Out. You can even say that to yourself, in, out, and then all of a sudden it'll start trickling off again. Just bring it back. In, out, in, out. And it's gonna bring peace. The point of this meditation for me is to bring awareness to my thoughts. So when my thought does start wandering off in real life to a negative place, we don't notice it half the time. We already notice it when it's gone really dark. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute, why am I thinking about that? So this practice actually helps you catch it. Once again, like I said, with the addiction, it's much easier if you catch it at the top instead of the bottom. This is the same thing. So by being aware of your breath, being conscious, you are being aware of your thoughts. And this is the same thing with this. I hope that made sense. I didn't write this video, so I just kind of started the camera and randomly started talking to camera. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. I hope you got some good information out of it. I hope it inspired you to start meditating. As I said, you can just listen to guided meditations. It's a wonderful way to start. I have done a ton of those, but I also recommend to practice on your own. If you want, you can do a mixture of 20-minute at nighttime on YouTube and 5 minutes in the morning with yourself, just the breath meditation. That's a great way to start. Anyway, sending you light and love. I can't talk today. And that's it. Hope to see you soon.